What's up, SnEaKyNation? SnEaKy-P here, back with all the news in our Washington Redskins franchise. Week number 6, year number 1, where the Redskins lost 33-27 in overtime to the Carolina Panthers. And that is honestly one of those games that I just like to describe as we got all Maddened. And if you have played this year's Madden and you have played it on all Madden mode, you probably know what I am talking about. Just one of those things where I don't know what I could have done differently in a few of those scenarios. I know anytime I have ever had a 2-minute drill on defense on all Madden difficulty, the opponent will complete 100% of the passes every time. I put a lot of time into this game. It never fails, 100%. Everybody's always wide open. And just the way it goes sometimes. An unfortunate loss for the Redskins, who fall to 1-4 on the season. Panthers still undefeated to this point. And Redskins falling behind quickly. They've got to find a way to turn things around. Let's go ahead and get into some scouting. But again, and I feel like I should talk about this because obviously we're doing terrible. But again, if you have played all Madden this year, it is a different kind of crazy that I have ever experienced on Madden before. It is just tough, man. But we're going to continue to work on it. We're going to continue to work on our sliders. We're going to continue working on building our team up. And eventually, we will be a good team. I think / hope. Glenn Janis, a right guard. Good run block finesse there. Pass block finesse. Trey Matier. I don't know if I said that one right. 6'4" out of UCLA. Great route running and great catching. That is definitely a guy to look at. We need some size in our receiving core. We've got a few smaller, quick guys, but I'd like a guy that I can throw the ball up to, and he is going to come down with it because we're not really able to take a lot of shots down the field with the receivers that we currently have. So if we can get a guy like this, if he were to have some good speed, that could definitely help us out. Walter Dunham, 5'11", great short route running and good catching. He's a slot guy. Don't know that I really need that. Justin Vaughn, zone coverage and press doesn't really fit our defense there. Probably not somebody we would consider taking in the first round. Richard Rosario, a tight end out of Notre Dame, 6'2", good catch in traffic, decent catch. And then Larry Wright, 6'3", good catch in traffic. Short route running seems to be okay. Torrey Hebert out of Appalachian State, middle linebacker, 6'3", decent pursuit, decent tackle. And that is going to do it for our scouting points. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the news happening around the league in week number 6, man. Dude, I thought I had that game. I literally just finished the game. I am so deflated right now, dude. I truly thought I was going to get it. And then once I saw they were getting the ball with 2 minutes to go, I knew it was game over. I knew I didn't have a chance at that point. And then all of the drops, dude. So many drops in overtime just costing us. That penalty on the running into the kicker, the punter that killed us. 30-10, the Eagles over the Giants here. Let's go ahead and see how this game played out. Defending Super Bowl champs, Carson Wentz, 284, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Eli Manning, 240, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Corey Clement, 56 yards on the ground. Jonathan Stewart with a rushing touchdown. Not a lot of yards by Saquon in the running game. Alshon Jeffrey, 8 catches, 111 yards. And then Mike Wallace, 4 catches, 50 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the day. Odell Beckham Jr., only 2 catches. Not a big game for him. Aguilar also with a receiving touchdown. Janoris Jenkins, 9 tackles on the day. 3 sacks by Fletcher Cox as we go down the list. A bunch of half a sacks here as well. Interceptions, 1 by Janoris Jenkins, 1 by Nigel Bradham. Next game up, going to be the Falcons shutting out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-0. In fact, 21 of those points coming in the fourth quarter. Matt Ryan, 308, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Jameis Winston, 111, 0 and 0. Freeman, 48 yards on the ground. Sims and Coleman each fumbling the ball once for their teams. Mohamed Sanu, 99 yards and a touchdown. Austin Hooper, 89 and a touchdown. Julio, 58 and a touchdown. Justin Hardy also getting a touchdown for the Atlanta Falcons. Defensively, David with 14 tackles. Sacks, 2 by McKinley. We'll have a few guys with 1, including Jason Pierre-Paul on his new team. No interceptions taking place in this game. Panthers, Redskins, that's our game. 14-9, the Seahawks over the Raiders. And let's see what we got. Russell Wilson, only 126 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Derek Carr, 245, 0 and 1. Marshawn Lynch, 65 yards on the ground. McKissick, 34. Doug Martin with a rushing touchdown. Chris Carson with a fumble. Receiving the ball, 79 yards for Cooper. Touchdown by Ed Dixon. And 1 touchdown by Chris Carson out of the backfield. Defensively, Wright with 10 tackles. Sacks, 2 by Khalil Mack. Rip, not in Oakland anymore. Mingo, Johnson, and Chancellor each getting sacks as well. 1 interception by Griffin. Moving forward, 14-10, the Colts over the Jets. See what we got. Brissett, 174 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Bridgewater, 309, 1 and 1. Marlon Mack, 68 yards and a touchdown on the ground for him. Receiving the ball, Anderson, 97 yards, 95 by Quincy Enunwa. Going down the list, T.Y. Hilton, 3 catches. He did get a touchdown. Powell with a touchdown out of the backfield. Sacks, 3 by Al Woods, 2 by Sheard. Going to have a bunch of guys with 1 as well. Defensively, or interceptions-wise, Webster with a pick on Bridgewater. Cardinals and Vikings. Vikings going to get the victory 19-14. And it is going to be Kirk Cousins, 126 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Sam Bradford, 246, 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Dalvin Cook, 78 yards and a touchdown on the ground. TJ Logan, 26 yards and 2 touchdowns. Thielen with 40 yards. Fitzgerald with 51. Diggs with 25. And then a touchdown by Rudolph through the air. Defensively, what do we got? Sacks, 2 by Mayowa, 1.5 by Jones. Going to have a few guys listed with 1. Carter with a half a sack. Interceptions, Anthony Barr, Xavier Rhodes, Terrence Newman, and Jamar Taylor. All making some plays there. 34-7, the Steelers over the Bengals. Another division battle here. 191 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions by Roethlisberger, 150, 0 and 1 by Dalton. I'm telling you, dude, there's not a lot of passing yards going on around the league right now, including us. Le'Veon Bell, 134 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. James Conner with a touchdown, and then Giovanni Bernard with a rushing touchdown. Receiving the ball, 8 catches, 124 yards by Antonio Brown. A.J. Green, 54 yards. And then a touchdown by the rookie James Washington out of Oklahoma State. Sacks, what do we have going on? 1 by Hayward. A few guys with a half sack. Interceptions, 1 by Vince Williams. Next game up, Chargers and the Browns. The Chargers will take this one 24-10 over Cleveland. Tyrod Taylor, 248, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Phillip Rivers, 202, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Melvin Gordon has been killing it, though. 172 yards on the ground with 2 rushing touchdowns. He is having a monster season. Josh Gordon, 51 yards through the air. Williams and Njoku each with a receiving touchdown. Defensively, Verrett with 10 tackles. Sacks, 2 by Joey Bosa, 1.5 by Ingram. A few guys with a half a sack. Interceptions, Kendricks and Kindred making some plays there. Next game on the list, we have the Texans and the Bills. 31-17, the Texans with the victory. Deshaun Watson, 283, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Josh Allen, 219, 1 touchdown, 1 interception for him. Miller, 47 yards on the ground. Cadet with a touchdown for the Bills. Receiving, Hopkins, 101 yards on 8 catches to go with 3 touchdowns. Fuller with 70 yards. Charles Clay, 56, and a touchdown. Touchdown by Steven Anderson for the Texans. Alexander with 11 tackles leading the way. 1.5 sacks by Clowney, Williams, and Alualu with a sack. And a half sack by Corey Moore. Interception by Kareem Jackson. Next game, Bears-Dolphins. Dolphins with the victory 24-14. See how this one played out. Tannehill, 288, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Trubisky, 268, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Drake, 56 yards and a touchdown. Howard, 24 yards and a touchdown. Receiving the ball, 68 yards by Robinson, 90 by Kenny Stills. Trey Burton, 52 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Derby with 35 yards and a touchdown. The rookie Anthony Miller, 3 catches for 25 yards. And the rookie Mike Gesicki, 2 catches, 25 yards and a touchdown. Defensively, Roquan Smith with 14 tackles, sacked by Aaron Lynch, Wake, and Phillips. Interceptions, 1 by the rookie Minkah Fitzpatrick. Moving forward. I don't know if you guys can hear that thunder in the background, but it is getting louder. 27-24, the Rams over the Broncos. And it is going to be 355 yards by Case Keenum, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Jared Goff, 217, 0-0. Todd Gurley, 146 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns, 51 by Booker. Receiving Cortland Sutton, the rookie out of SMU, 9 catches, 204 yards, and 3 touchdowns for the rookie. What a game. 65 yards by Cooks. As we go down the list, and then there's Everett. Defensively, Barron with 13 tackles. And Wilson, Barwin, and Ibukam with the... Oh, wait, there's a ton of people with the sack. Here you go, including Bradley Chubb, the rookie. Nice to see the rookie stepping up and making some plays. No interceptions taking place in this game. Moving on forward, we got the Titans and the Ravens. 31-28, the Titans with a victory here. And Mariota, 292, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Lamar Jackson, 252, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Henry, 61 yards and a touchdown. Lewis with 60 yards. And then Alex Collins, 40 yards and a touchdown. Receiving the ball, John Brown, 70 yards through the air. 2 touchdowns by Allen and Taylor for each team. And then Derrick Henry with a touchdown. Defensively, Eric Weddle with 13 tackles, 1.5 sacks by Casey, Weddle, Evans, and Judon, each with a sack. Arakpo with a half a sack. Interceptions, Jonathan Cyprian and Marlon Humphrey making some plays for their team there. Only a few games left to go. We got the Jags taking on the Cowboys, 27-24. The Cowboys with the victory. And 269, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions by Blake Bortles. Dak Prescott, 247, 0-2. Zeke, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Leonard Fournette not doing much of anything. TJ Yeldon did run for a touchdown. Receiving, Thomas was 69 yards through the air. 143 by D.D. Westbrook and a touchdown. Great game for the young receiver there. Swaim and Koyak, each with a receiving touchdown. Defensively, Jack with 17 tackles on the day. Lawrence with the sack. Irving and Crawford with a half a sack. Interceptions, Church and Davis. Few games to go. We'll also look at the players of the week. I wonder if I forgot to do it last week. We might have to do that. 30-24, the Patriots over the Chiefs. Tom Brady, 309, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Mahomes, 192, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Kareem Hunt, 108 yards on the ground. 88 yards by James White. Ware and Gillislee, each with 2 rushing touchdowns on the day. Receiving the ball, Julian Edelman, 106 yards. Touchdown by James White, 1 by Sammy Watkins and Rex Burkhead. Defensively, Trey Boston with 12 tackles. Sacks by Hightower, Houston, and Claiborne. Interceptions, none taken place. And the last game of the week is going to be the Packers over the 49ers, 27-19. It is going to be Aaron Rodgers with 277, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jimmy Garoppolo, 299, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Montgomery, 69 yards on the ground. McKinnon, 43, but he did fumble the ball. Receiving, Randall Cobb, 128 yards. Jimmy Graham, only 24 yards on 6 catches. He did get a touchdown, though. 2 touchdowns by Trent Taylor to go with 107 yards. Devontae Adams and Dez Bryant each getting a touchdown for the Packers. Defensively, Reuben Foster leading the way with 13 tackles. Buckner, Clark, and Perry with the sacks. And interception by Akella Witherspoon. Go look at the players of the week really quick. And again, guys, any suggestions you guys have for this series that you think would make it better, please let me know, guys. I would love to hear from y'all. Offensive yards, 32nd. Of course, we did have an early bye week, so that's probably skewed a little bit, but I know our offense has not been doing good. Christian McCaffrey against our team really did not have a great game outside of 2 crazy rushes. He did have a receiving touchdown as well, 180 yards, 29 receiving yards. Fletcher Cox, 6 tackles, 3 sacks, fumble forced, fumble recovered. Williams with 11 tackles and an interception. And then the rookie, Cortland Sutton, 9 catches, 204 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I don't know if we looked at this one. So Matt Ryan, 4 touchdowns. Johnson, 2 interceptions and a touchdown. Junior Gillette with 4 sacks. Melvin Gordon, 132. 2 touchdowns, and 2 total touchdowns. that is going to be it for this episode, though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have been amazing with the support. I really appreciate it. Again, let me know what suggestions you have for me in the comments, man. I'm always looking for a way to make this series better. Obviously, I'm going to have to continue to play with sliders until we get something that works a little bit better for us, but right now, we are 1-4. We need to turn it around, and we are looking to do so in Week 7 as we take on the Dallas Cowboys. I will see you guys then. Later.